The NFL playoffs are here, and this matchup on Wild Card Weekend is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bengals and the Dolphins, and it comes your way next.
Playoff fever has immersed South Florida as we are at Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Coming up, we begin a triple header here on Wild Card Sunday, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Miami Dolphins. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. Intensity level will be off the charts.
Strap in, the first of three on this Sunday. What a day we have in store. Super Wild Card Weekend on EA Sports. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And he comes into these playoffs bringing a team that's been battle-tested, won the division, and earned the home playoff game here in round one. But every year they know that a division champ, it feels like, gets beat. They don't want to be that team. They have to avoid the overconfidence and make sure they play the same way they played during the regular season, mistake-free and with passion.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Here come the Bengals, and CD, of course, it's Joe Burrow out of LSU at quarterback.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing, and now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose, or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart, but make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
Back to Mixon on first down. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there, because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. 51 yards rushing for him now as he has started this wild card round with a flourish. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space. He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Burrow once again here on 2nd and 10. Out of his hands quickly to Higgins. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now Burrow. Dancing to his left. And he's brought down. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down. Zach Taylor's made the decision. He's going to go ahead and throw out the red challenge flag. Is this a touchdown? That's the question. CD, what are they looking for here?
You just need any part of the football to break the plane. You don't need the whole football. It doesn't need to go over the entire white line. It's just that front part of the white line. And if you draw an imaginary plane going straight up, that's what they need to cross.
So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. Mixon, he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Defense really sold out there to stop the run. Understandable down near the goal line. Now on 2nd down, you have to wonder, might we see play action here and a flip right over the top?
Mixon again. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bengals are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Evan McPherson now for the PAT. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it all culminated in the touchdown run coming from Joe Mixon. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback. Berrios deciding not to bring it out. Miami set to take over. And they come in as the 3 seed in this, very likely the last home game of the season for them, even if they win this ball game. But while they would have loved that top spot and the bye that goes with it, there's to kick it away after the touchdown. Charlie Jones now from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. Joe Mixon and the Bengal offense ready to go back to work. And you see the last drive, great chunk of yardage, the touchdown on 5 carries. And offensively, everything just looked in sync, didn't it?
It did, and the reason that it was in sync is because it's a combination of play calling, game plan, offensive line marrying up with all of their blocks. But don't forget the receivers out on the perimeter. Any type of a long run, the receivers have had a hand in that because they've occupied people downfield. And, of course, give the big credit to the man with the football. Great vision, good movement, gets to the end zone.
Back to Mixon on second down. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 66 yards rushing for him in this first half as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's an excellent job right there of identifying where to go and picking up good yardage.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here complete into the hands of Ertz. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling in these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And some room to maneuver. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Mixon with a first down carry. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Steps away to his left. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Joe Burrow, as the first half is winding down. And the Bengals have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
This is a great decision right here. Out of the pocket to his left, and he knows if he waits too long, the defense is going to be all over him. So he makes a decision to go and wins the race to the pylon.
And McPherson on for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was Joe Burrow who took it himself for the touchdown run. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. It's brought in by Wilson. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. Meanwhile, it's been as tight as we expected our game to be, all even at the half. Who will go on to the divisional round? We'll find out as we send it back out to Brandon and Charles. Plenty of adjustments likely being made by both teams in their respective locker rooms. To find out who advances to the divisional round, let's get you back out to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Bengal offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing second half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs a year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Drew Sample, 46 yards. And the Bengals come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Here's Jones. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Cincinnati. All told, it's a punt return of 74 yards. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And as soon as they hand a rookie his playbook, they say you better make your mark on special teams if you want to hang around. I'd say returning one for a touchdown will definitely leave a memory.
Yeah, that's a pretty indelible mark here early on in his career. They'll go. Achane. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. A week. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Still going. One man to beat. And he will score. Touchdown, Bengals. A big-time special teams play here in the fourth quarter to extend their lead.
And coaches preach it all the time. If you can score on special teams, your chances of winning the game really jump up in a big way. Now, I'll let our analytics friends quantify it and give us the exact numbers, but that's what coaches talk about all the time, that extra momentum, that extra bounce you get from a special team score.
I don't have any analytics friends. Those are your friends.
I'll claim them.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and the lead now up to 14. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bengals set to take over. And right now they're just looking for a little more cushion, trying to make this a two-score game. Points here would go a long way, obviously, to propelling them into the next round.
And this is where the head coach, offensive coordinator, they've had to set a tone all year long about what they do on offense. So most teams want to stay in attack mode, but you have to do it with some bit of caution, don't you? Because you can't come away with no points. You need these points here.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Amari Hooker. And they are going to set up shot. Both these teams fighting for their playoff lives. All tied, fourth quarter, as the kick is away here. On the return is Charlie Jones. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that one caught downfield by Boyd. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 35.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal, looking to take the lead here in the late going. On the move to his left.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
To throw, Burrow. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Zach Ertz there to make the grab. And the Bengals answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Hey, that score deserves our respect, deserves our excitement. But I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking there's a long way to go in this one.
Ideally, they would have liked to milk a little bit more time off. Now on the other sideline, you start to get the crew together and say, this is what we practiced the 2-minute drill for, right?
Yeah, you hope you've been in that situation before, and if you haven't, you just have the confidence, hey, let's go down there and get this thing done. But, boy, that's a big score right there to give them the advantage.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So Tua and the Dolphins down by 7. Less than 90 seconds to go. They need a touch. Now Tua. That's caught by Wilson. And he's going to be wrangled down quickly after the catch up at the 45-yard line. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Tua. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And as a result, their playoff run may end right here. So the magic runs out, so to speak. They were 3 for 3 on 4th down conversions, now 3 for 4.
So the defense finally gets to exhale.
Yeah.
Because they were wondering, 3 for 3 getting converted on 4th down. That percentage is way high. They hadn't stopped them at all. Finally, they get a stop. They can get to the sidelines now and rest a little bit.
And they will take a knee here.
And there it is, that symbol that ends a game that one team loves and the other team can't stand. Taking a knee, and guess what? The visitors came in and got it done. Wild card round, first step on their way trying to get to the Super Bowl.
First step indeed. They're underdogs. We'll see if they can continue to make some noise in the playoffs, but a good first step. Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. And with that, we sign off from Miami.